Does anybody like feel that it's very easy to get stuck in the past and like dwell in the past? I do sometimes. What's up, guys? It's Epic here. And today's video is about the past, really. The past and how we should navigate it. This is first and foremost, I want to elaborate and say that this is my personal opinion on this topic. Y'all may have your own views, and that's completely fine, and I respect that. But yeah, this is just my personal take on this topic, because I know it's a serious one, and it's pretty deep, actually. For my whole life, I've found it very easy to get stuck in the past and be like kind of dwell in the past, miss the past. It may be like experience I had in my life, or something that happened, good or bad. I could, maybe miss a friendship that happened. Like, why did that happen? Why did it have to go all to shit? Or, why did, that happen? Like, why did a situation happen? Or, I miss, the good old days on Black Ops 3 Zombies My Boys. Stuff like that. I personally think that it's okay to reflect on the past, but not get stuck in it. It's okay to ruminate on stuff that's important. Like maybe a situation, like I mentioned earlier, maybe a situation that was troubling to you, and maybe you could, reflect on that situation and see how you could have gone about that better in a future situation. I think it's a good thing to, and this is just common knowledge. I know I sound like I'm just, elaborating on something that's just common sense, but I think it's a good thing to reflect on the past and see how you can do better in the future. But there's a lot of people, and I know a lot of people who do this, and I'm one of them. I will say I'm not like some saint or free from doing this, because Lord knows I do it. Just dwelling on the past, man. Just ruminating on stuff that's not important, or ruminating on something that, just like, why did I do that, or stuff like that. I think it's okay to do that to an extent, but not to the extent where you're killing yourself. Does that make sense? Because, man, there's been so many situations in my life where it's like, man, why did I do that? Why am I, acting that? Why did I act that certain way in that situation? Or why did I talk to somebody that way? That was very uncalled for. Like, it wasn't even worth it. It didn't bring me anything. All it did was make them upset. Stuff like that. But like I mentioned before, it's very useful, and I feel like I'm repeating myself at this point. I'm very sorry about that as well, guys. I think it's important to reflect on those situations and try to use them in the future. It's like, okay, I can do better in the future. So that's my whole point here. But man, the good times though, man, that's a hard one, because we're all gonna be older one day, and we're gonna miss when we were kids and we were younger, whether it was your teen years, whether it was like when you were like a little kid. Or for me, I absolutely miss when like my teen years, because dude, I had so many good experiences and so much fun times with my friends on my video games and just real life in general. I met a lot of people. We all did a lot of fun things together, and ever since I've gotten older, that's kind of slowed down. But at the same time, it makes me appreciate the present moment, the good times, even more, because I'm like, okay, when something unexpected or fun happens, I'm not saying my life is boring, but I'm saying that things have slowed down, and I think that's just part of growing up, and that's okay. That's for all of us. That's gonna happen to all of us, every single one of us on this earth. And I think that's healthy as well, because it gives you time to learn yourself and learn, who you are. And that's that's what I've been doing with this time, because I will say the fun times and all that stuff has slowed down quite a bit, and I've been using this time to kind of reflect on myself and learn who I am as a person, which is awesome. Okay, and I think that you guys should do that as well. I think that if you're in a situation, whether you're, you know, you don't have many people in your life or you're alone, I think that's a perfect opportunity for growth. And some may argue that because, you know, some people have good support systems. Some people don't have many people in their life that are good support systems. The only person they have is themselves. But I also think that's a luxury at a certain point. And I'm not trying to say that like it's good to not have anybody in your life, because that fucking sucks. What I'm saying is, at that point you have full focus. You have full focus to like reflect and learn about yourself, and, you know, follow your passions and whatnot. And I know people have work, and I know people have busy lives and whatnot. I'm not saying like take all your time to, you know, sorry, what am I trying to say here? I'm trying to say, don't like sacrifice, don't waste your time, is what I'm trying to say. Don't waste your time. Like if you're alone, I know a lot of people really struggle with this, because I was one of them as well. I felt alone, so I was going out partying, drinking, like doing, you know, crazy shit all the time, just being self-destructive. And I think it's fine to have a drink every now and then, and to, you know, have a party with, you know, loved ones and friends and, you know, people you appreciate in your life. I think that's completely fine, because that's healthy, you know. But when it becomes a thing where you're doing it like every night or once like a week or whatever, you gotta find that balance, because it can be a vicious trap to get into. Like I said, I'm not trying to offend anybody or like say, you know, you're bad for doing that, because by all means you're not. You know, I understand you're just trying to have fun. I get it, because I've done that stuff before, man. It's fun. It's just fun, and fun's addictive, you know. It's because we love it so much. But to a certain point, we gotta, you know, take a step back, you know, get our briefings, you know, realize that, okay, I gotta do something, because, you know, I gotta follow my dreams, you know. That's how I feel with YouTube. That's why I kind of slowed down on my, you know, my drinking, because it was taking me away from my goals, you know. It was taking time out of my day to do stuff like that, and I wasn't fully focused on my goals and my passions. So I think that's really important. But the thing is though, how does this all tie into my main topic of the video? You know, getting stuck in the past. I think because, in a way, this is, like I said, this is just my personal opinion. I think in a way, when we do stuff like that, we're looking for that same feeling that when we were kids and we were, you know, younger and we had more freedom. I think when we do stuff like that, we're searching for that that feeling deep down. And that's fine, but at the same time, we got to live in the present moment, because the present is all we have right now. You know, there's a quote from a movie, I think it's called Kung Fu Panda or something. The past is already, I think it goes like, the past is already gone, the future is a mystery, and the present is a gift. That's why it's called the present. I think that was the quote. I may have completely butchered that, but it's so true, because the present is a gift, guys. The present moment is a gift. You got to be in the present moment. It's a gift that we're still alive. You know, a lot of people have passed. I know, and I'm not going to get into that, but like, we have one life is what I'm trying to say. And we gotta live it in the moment, you know? And it's okay to plan for things. So it's okay to, you know, have fun every once in a while. It's okay to, you know, do that kind of stuff. I want people to realize that, you know, it's okay. Like, you know what I mean? But anyways, that was my topic for today's video. I know that was super deep and very, I hope I didn't make anybody uncomfortable. But if I did, I'm sorry. Like, seriously, I'm freaking sorry, because honestly, that's something that I think about a lot. Like, I always dwell in the past, man. Well, I don't dwell in the past. I think about the past a lot. And there's been times where it's been useful. There's been times where it's been harmful to myself. And I don't want y'all to fall into that same trap as I did. But if y'all did enjoy this video, please leave a like, subscribe, comment down below what you think. I would love to hear y'all's opinions on this topic. I absolutely love having those conversations with you guys. And the best thing about it is, you know, we're all different, so we can express each other's opinions and we can, you know, learn about one another, which is awesome. All right, guys. I love you guys. Stay safe. And have a good rest of your day and night. Later, guys.